Dear friends, this day I'm speaking to you on the subject of dominion leadership, and I'm still under letter L. And I'm actually speaking on loyalty. Letter L, loyalty. And I began to say in the previous discussions on dominion leadership, I said that a leader, or to lead, is to mobilize resources towards goal realization and achievement. And I had also said that a leader must have a vision. And most times there's supposed to be a vision statement that is written somewhere. And then a leader must also have a mission statement, which is a strategic direction statement of what the leader is going to do and how they are going to do it, with who they are going to do it to achieve their goals. And today, as I said, I'm speaking on loyalty under the fourth aspect of letter L, or the fourth letter L is loyalty. And loyalty is actually a faithfulness, it's actually commitment, it's actually giving in, putting your best, committed to the endeavor, contributing to the realization of your of the vision through faithfulness. And it is not possible for people to be loyal to organizations or to causes or to people that they do not trust. So we actually see that trust is a very important ingredient in loyalty. There's need for our followers, subordinates, to trust the point leader. So what I want to underscore here is what I call the loyalty contract. We actually see that God himself had done a lot of covenants or contracts as it were, or as it is, with the point leaders he called in the Old Testament. We know that there was the Abrahamic covenant, there was the Naomi covenant, there was the Mosaic covenant, there was the new covenant in Christ Jesus. Now, basically, every time God has an assignment, which is part of, his final plan to bring his people back to the kingdom, to restore his people back to the place where they fell from dominion, God uses a leader or a number of leaders. And as I said, every leadership endeavor or venture has people who are going to be part of that endeavor or venture. Now, the people are going to come in and contribute. But as I said, loyalty, faithfulness, trust, commitment to the endeavor, to the company, to the cause, to the leader is a function of a mutual relationship, is a function of a mutual relationship between the leader and the people. Now, you cannot lead anybody, or you cannot get anything good from any subordinate if you are not in a relationship with a subordinate. And that's why when I begin to give a number of ingredients or factors that will contribute to effective loyal leadership, you will appreciate the fact that there are certain characteristics or features which are needed, which are necessary if you are going to succeed in leading, in inspiring, in motivating, in bringing out loyalty of people. Moses was called by God to lead his people to the promised land. But Moses on his own had tried to lead the Hebrew children. You actually see that the Hebrew two of the Hebrew children were fighting or had a conflict among them. But Moses had previously killed an Egyptian soldier. One of them had seen it. So when Moses came in order to try to make peace, one of them asked him, "Do you want to do to me what you did to the Egyptian soldier? And in any case, who made you a judge between us?" This was a situation where this person or these people didn't trust Moses, and they were questioning his leadership. Now, when Moses had been exiled and God called him, Moses began to also doubt. Moses began to doubt the faithfulness, the response of the people to his leadership. And he asked God, if when I go to the people and they ask me who sent me, what would I say? And you come to realize that God began to assure him through miracles and other things, that Moses should be assured that when he goes along, he would be able to get the commitment, the trust, the trust and the faithfulness of the people, because God is going to work through the people to build a relationship with Moses that wasn't there. And so the same thing with Jesus and his disciples. You see that in the book of John, Jesus was going to restore John, was going to restore Peter. He asked Peter 3 times, Peter, do you love me? And Peter said, yes, I love you, Lord. He asked him, he said, feed my sheep. Peter, do you love me? That went 3 times. This was a situation of restoration, because Peter had to come to the place where God or Jesus was seeking to understand and appreciate the loyalty of Peter. Why? Because Peter had denied Jesus. Peter had gone back. You know, when Jesus was going through the trials, Peter is one of those who had denied Jesus. Peter's faithfulness to the cause, to the leadership of Jesus had wavered. And we saw that Peter was going to be restored. A good relationship had been formed after that through trust. You come to the place where if you're going to get loyalty from people, because if people are going to come in, they are going to clock in, people are going to give in their best, they are going to be part of the team, they are going to contribute so that your goals can be realized. They have to understand that you care about them, that you are not there to use them, that they are in a truthful relationship, and that you are trustworthy. You are a man of integrity. So the loyalty in leadership itself starts with the leader. The leader has to prove that he's a man of integrity. He's somebody who the people can trust. He's somebody who the people can be committed to. He's somebody who the people can follow. He's somebody who will give his word, and his word is his bond. He's not one who says one thing now, tomorrow he does the other thing. And so, as I said, there must be a relationship. The leader must be able to empower the people, encourage the people, train them. Don't say, oh, if I commit so much resources to these people, I send them to seminars, do all of this, and uplift them and increase their knowledge, and will they be able to put up with me or put up for a very long time with the organization? Now, get to know this in the secular world, in the business world. You have to get a new paradigm shift as it relates to relationship. People don't stay for too long with organizations or courses or so in the present world, or the present dispensation. People normally, averagely, will spend about 5 years in a company and they move on. So forget about that aspect of whether they are going to be there for the long haul, for a very, very long time. Just do what is expected of you. Do that which will inspire loyalty. As I said, you must be one who brings the people in part of decision making. The people must know that when decision is going to be made, that they are considered, what they think, how they feel, their own desire, what is their own aspirations and their fears, and all of that is taken as input, because output is also a function of loyalty input. Make sure that you are a leader who accepts mistakes. There are some leaders that don't inspire loyalty, because even when they make mistakes and the people come to realize that they make mistakes, they will not accept mistakes, and that is wrong. If you make a mistake, acknowledge that you have made a mistake. There are many people who have been there over and over, and they keep doing the wrong things, having the wrong results, but they will not admit that they have made a mistake. People don't follow leaders like that. People are not committed. They are not faithful. They don't trust leaders like that. Let your word be your word. Let your word be your bond. Be consistent. Be the one who says the same this today and you keep it. Be the one who looks at the vision statement and it's written, and you also follow it as you expect your people to be committed and loyal to the vision. Be the one who has the mission statement understood. Be the one who can recite the mission statement as you expect the people to know the mission statement and also to bond with it. Loyalty. You can inspire loyalty in a people if you yourself, you are loyal. And as I said, you got to bring the people into decision making. You got to respect the people. You got to build that confidence in the people. You got to make the people trust you. Yes, Jesus made the people trust him. Jesus was one who said that everything he said he was going to do, he did it. And then he asked them to be committed, to keep his commandments and to follow them. For he taught them about the kingdom. He taught them, he sent them 2 by 2 to go out to be able to be committed in the works that he had called them to do, because he was going to go away. He was going to establish Peter as one of the leaders, but he had trained them. He had deposited a lot in them. He didn't fear whether they will backslide, because at one stage their faith began to waver. They began to backslide. Their loyalty or commitment was shaken. But Jesus restored Peter. And Peter came to that place when he was able to be committed to the end. And Paul said, I know that God in whom I serve, and I know that he's able to keep to the end the things that I've committed in his hands. Can your people commit their life in your hands, their secrets? Can they commit their fears and hold their aspirations in your hands? Can they trust you that you're confidential? Yes, loyalty goes with a lot of these things. And I believe that you can be a loyal leader if only you do. If only you put in some of these things I've said. Let the people look at you as a sphere, as a circle of safety. As Sinak would say, let the people come to realize that you are there. Let the people know that no matter what happened, I know that this man will be there for me. The same in a marriage. Let your spouse know that distance, years of separation, is not the reason why they will give up. They may falter in certain things. They may want to deal with you on the basis of the truth. But know that when they come on the basis of the truth, they will die with you. They will be loyal to the end when they want to stand on the truth. Loyal leaders stand on the truth and say, like Esther, if I perish, I perish. God is looking for the loyal leaders. He's not looking for the frauds. He's not looking for the fakes. He's not looking for the people who are gimmicks, for the people can easily know the leaders who are not loyal. The people can easily know the leaders who they will say one thing today and do certain things the next day. Their words are not their bonds. They are there to use the people. Few people can be able to inspire leadership, loyalty from people. They don't force people into action, but they influence them through their own lives of trustworthiness, through their own lives of integrity, through their own lives of commitment, through their own lives of consecration. Yes. Loyalty in leadership is a mutual thing. It's contractual. And your followers are always watching you. Your followers are also watching to see if you are going to come late, if you are around. Your followers are going to see if you will leave the office earlier than is expected. Don't tell them to do things which you do not do. Let it be that when they are going to come at a certain time and it's meant for the team, you will show up. When it's going to be time for everybody to show up, you will show up. And if you cannot show up, let it be that you explain to them ahead of time. Then you will realize that even in your absence, they will put in, they will clock in at the right time. They will not wait for you to be there for them to be able to do their job, because you have earned their trust, and they will give their best to the endeavor, and you will realize your goal. My dear friends, God is looking after trustworthy people that people can be committed, people can be loyal to. God is looking for